Hello and welcome to the first video in a series called Retro Play. This is Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Sega Genesis. So this is a series where I play retro video games. I decided to start with the Sega Genesis because it was the first system that I played on as a child. And I decided to start with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 because it's the first game I played as a child. So this is the first game I'm playing. I have a bunch of other games lined up. I'm going to play Tasmania, I think it's called, the Tasmanian Devil game. The one that's not on Mars, because I just learned that that existed. I'm also going to play... Oh, Tails got someone there. I'm going to play Desert Storm, a helicopter fighting game, F-15, a jet fighting game, and Earthworm Jim, which I didn't play as a child, but I didn't play as a child on the Sega Genesis, but I did play as a child on an SNES ROM, and I found out that it's also on the Sega Genesis, and I really enjoyed that game, so I'm gonna play it on this ROM. So I'm playing on an emulator because it's a lot simpler to record. But to do that, I created a USB Sega Genesis controller so that I could play with an original controller. So I hope you guys enjoy. Wow, okay, apparently I can't make that jump. That's one thing I've really disliked about this game. You can't do jumps straight up on diagonal surfaces. I often find myself messing around. There we go. So this is the first Chaos Gem challenge. So if you get all 7, I think, Chaos Gems, then you turn into Super Sonic, which is just a faster, more powerful Sonic. I think that no enemies can kill you. You can only die by like falling off the map, or drowning might still kill you. So it's really simple. You just have to collect enough coins by the end of the trial, and it keeps getting harder. The first 2 are really simple. The third one I have a bit of trouble with because, as you can see, Tails lags behind, and there's some bombs that can really kill your coins if Tails has any of them. You have to be pretty precise for the third one. I don't know past the third one. I haven't done them in a long time. But yeah, I'm gonna get this one easily. I only needed 80 there, and I have 100, so I think the next one's 100. I wasn't paying attention, it just said, but I think it's 120, maybe it's 140. So this game's got really good music. It's one of many games that I'll go back and listen to the soundtrack in. I listened to the soundtrack for this, I listened to the soundtrack for Colonization, which is an old DOS game. I listened to the soundtrack for Banjo-Kazooie and Halo. That's pretty much all the games. But game soundtracks are very good. So now that I've done that, it actually completely resets the level because it's easier to just reset the level and know where you were than it is to keep track of it. It's actually so simple that it resets the level completely, except for all of the checkpoints the checkpoint that you went through and all of the checkpoints after it. So there was a checkpoint before it. There was a checkpoint up there that wasn't done yet because it was after it. But instead of keeping track of which checkpoints you've done, it's just all checkpoints before the one that you did. And I actually found out that there's enough checkpoints that you can get Super Sonic on the first world. So that's Act 1 of Green Hills. And then there's Act 2 with a boss fight where we'll meet Dr. Robotnik. Or Dr. Eggman. So I'm going to go through the first 2 levels, I think, in this video. And then I'll probably move on to Tasmania in the next video, and then I might come back to this and beat it. We'll see. Wow, I haven't gone this way in a while. Typically go the higher route. Oh, I don't have coins. So you need 50 coins to be able to do the Chaos Challenge, the Chaos Gem Challenge. And yeah, you just have to go through those, and then if you have 50 coins, lights will light up, and then you can jump through them. There's a ring of stars that light up, and you can jump through them and start the challenge. Oh, there's my cat in the background. Don't know if you can hear him meowing. Oh. So here, I can do the second challenge now because I have 50 coins. So this one's also really simple. It's the third one. After the third one, it starts to get hard. And it's mostly just because Tails lag's behind and I'm not good at timing that. Are the coins on? Okay. No, not coins, rings. Ugh, I grew up as a Sonic player and I still say coins. It's just such a staple in gaming. So I'm pretty sure that this is the last checkpoint before the boss fight, so right after this I'll do the boss fight. I have to go back and... oh, see there... I tried to jump over it and Tails was there and lost Tails coins. It's kind of a blessing and a curse that Tails can have his own coins. Her own coins, his own coins. But it's pretty cool. If you plug in a Player 2 controller, they can control Tails. The only thing is they don't get to... they don't control where the screen goes. Oh no, did I actually lose? Wow. That's kind of sad. I guess it's not a Chaos Gem challenge, it's a special stage. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and get some coins. Some rings. God. There we go, that's enough to do the first boss fight. It's not very hard. He's just in a car. He gets more and more ambitious with his vehicles as the game goes on. I'm not sure if it's this one or if it was Sonic Adventures on the Game Boy, but there's one where he's in an airship, and I don't remember what his final vehicle is, but the level's pretty crazy. It's kind of like Bowser's Moving Castle. Now we set all the birds and squirrels free. Bluebirds and squirrels free. Chipmunks? Squirrels? So yeah, all of the enemies are actually mutated, genetically modified birds and squirrels, so you set them free at the end of the level. And now Chemical Plant Zone. Oh, this is my this is my least favorite map in the game. Well, that I've played in a while. I haven't played all the levels, so there might be a worse one. But this is the one I remember being as the most annoying, probably because it's the second level and it's already annoying. Just water levels are not the easiest. Oops. Good thing I didn't fall too far there. Come back, platform. Oops. Oh, this one doesn't move. Yeah, so the reason this one, I found this one really confusing because you have pipes like this that take you in random places, and looks like Tails went through a pipe and you end up in a different place. Oh no, he's here. Okay. So this is, the first level's fairly simple. There's not, I don't think there's many ways to die other than just getting killed by an enemy. But in the second one, you have to worry about drowning, which is, the music for drowning is some of the most stressful music in gaming. It's really good if you if you have trouble waking up in the morning and need an alarm. There we go. On to stage 2, or act 2, which will be the final level that I play in this one. I actually have a tendency to die a lot on the boss fight, so having 5 lives will be good. So I played a lot of Sonic games over the years. I think I played Sonic 2, Sonic 3. I never played the original Sonic though. I also played Sonic Adventures on the Game Boy Advance. Actually, no, it's just Sonic Advance on the Game Boy Advance, because that's how Nintendo, Sega likes to name their stuff. Everything's named after it. But I also played Sonic Generations on the PC, which did not go that great. It was not a very good port of the Xbox 360, I think, game. So there was a lot of lag issues, and the game you can actually get going pretty fast, and it makes it very hard to control yourself when you're going fast. And also, I had a level that just would not load properly, so I could never actually beat the game. And I was a bit of a completionist in that game, so I didn't want to not play it if I couldn't beat it. Got to the point where I had like all of everything from the first like 8 levels, and then the one after that was broken. So I'm getting to the end here. So the water starts to rise right about here, so it should catch up. Yeah. Oh, there's tails flying in. So if you're the second player and you go off the screen, you'll just eventually fly back in. It's pretty funny. Oops, should not have done that. Am I on the right? Okay, I'm on the top at least. Oh no. Oh no, this is not going as planned. So you're definitely going to get to hear the drowning music. I might actually drown here. This isn't good. Yeah, I'm not going to make it. Oh wow. Whew. So yeah, that's probably the most stressful music, oh my god, in gaming that I know of. Whew. So actually I had an interesting childhood. I never actually had the same brand of console twice. I played, I had the Sega Genesis, the N64, because who didn't, the PlayStation 2, because who didn't, and then I had the Xbox 360. So the first time I've actually doubled down on a console was I recently got the Xbox One, which is pretty good. It's mostly an entertainment device. It's not really a... it's mostly Netflix and Chromecasting YouTube. But it's still pretty good. Master Chief Collection wasn't great. Oh, that's the one hard part about this fight. It's a pretty simple fight, but if you get knocked wrong, you can just drown. I recently found out you can just jump that. You don't actually have to stop and get on the platform. Oh my god. I recently learned something, and I still suck at the rest of the wall. Hopefully I can beat him this time. I don't really feel like doing this again. There we go. Okay, now let's try to not get knocked in the water. Be careful with our jumps. Oop! Ooh, that was close. Nope. I didn't mean to hit him twice and I bounced. So I might actually lose. So I'm gonna be careful. I don't want to lose in my very first video. That'd be kind of sad. Okay. We got this. One bounce. Come on, Tails, get him. Really? That's game over. Okay, well, I'm gonna finish it here. I'll be back with more videos, so feel free to subscribe.